Hey, what's up guys, welcome to Cubic Soul YouTube channel, and in today's video I will teach you how you can create custom radio buttons using HTML and CSS only. So without any delay, let's start. And before start, I request you to subscribe to our YouTube channel for our regular videos. So friends, first of all, you can see that here I have two files in my project folder. The one is index.html and the second is style.css. And to the right side you will able to see the output. So first of all, I will create a basic HTML structure here and type here custom radio buttons. Inside the body element, I have to create a div with class radio container. Inside this, I will create three input fields. So create the first input of type radio, and here you can see that we have a radio button here, and after this create a label element and type here Facebook. Make sure to create this label element after this input field. Type here an ID like Facebook, copy this ID and paste this ID here. The reason I have copied this ID and paste this here, now this label element and this input field, these both are linked together. So if I will click on this Facebook word, you can see the input of type radio is also checked. So user will be able to check and uncheck the radio button using text and the input button as well. So next, copy this input and label, paste here 3 times. So now I have total 3 input elements. In the second input element, type here YouTube, copy this ID and paste this in for attribute and change the text to YouTube. Similarly, change the ID of third input and copy this ID, paste here and change the text to Twitter. So now you can see that user can select all these radio buttons. But we create radio buttons to get one option from the user from multiple available options. To do this, type here a name attribute and here I will type social_media. Simply copy this name attribute with social media and paste this in your remaining 2 input fields. Now you can see user will only be able to select only one of these input fields. Next, link the style.css file with your HTML code. Open the style.css and type here star, padding 0, margin 0 and box sizing border box. These 2 properties will remove the default margin and padding from our each HTML element inside this index.html. And next, I am going to use a Google font in my project. To add that Google font, open the Google and search here Google fonts, click on the first link, click on these 3 bars and select fonts. Here you can search for your desired font, but my desired font is front of me, which is Roboto. Copy this font, scroll up, and from here I'm going to select light 300. Click on this and click on view selected families. So here I have already a font added. I will remove this. Now you can see that only one font family is selected. Copy this link from these style tags and paste this in your CSS file, and next copy this font family property and paste this in your universal selector. So this font will be implemented to our each HTML element. Now you can see that the text of our label elements are changed and this text is looking better than before. Next, copy this body element, paste here and type display flex, justify content center, align item center and minimum height 100 VH. So these properties will align our content exactly at the center position of our screen. Next, copy this radio container class, paste here and type position relative and padding 8 pixel from top and bottom and 40 pixel from right and left. Here I will type a background color temporarily so you can see the padding around our this radio container class. Remove this background color property. Next, copy this input element which exists inside this radio container class, paste this input element here, and before this copy this class and paste here and type display none. So we have hide the default radio button. Now we will make a custom radio button, but before this you have to do one thing. Copy this label element, paste here, and before this copy this class and paste here. Type here margin right 30 pixel, position relative and cursor pointer. So I have zoomed out my screen a little bit. Now the screen is zoom out to 200%, and by writing this cursor pointer property, your cursor will look like this on hover. Next, copy this label element and class, paste here and type double colon before. So this is the key part of the video. To create the custom radio button, type here content empty, width 20 pixel and height 20 pixel. This is the width and height of our radio button. Type display inline block and border 1 pixel solid black. So you can see a radio button here in a square shape. To align these buttons in a same line, centrally we have to type left 50%, top 50% and transform 50%. Just cut this and paste this in the translate function and type comma and type minus 50%. Next type here margin minus 16 pixel and 20 pixel. So by writing this property, you can see that this square shape radio button is in a same line. So this is currently our custom radio button. Next, copy these words and paste them here and type here after in the place of before, and here we are going to design the inner part of our this radio button. If you want to make the radio button rounded, you can add a border radius of 50% here. Next type here content empty, width 15 pixel, height 15 pixel and position absolute. This position absolute is working with this position relative property. If you will not write this property here, then you will see your inner part of your radio button in an unexpected position. Choose a background color like black, display inline block, and to align this inner part exactly at this position, you have to type these properties. Left 34 pixel, border radius 50% to rounded the border of this inner part, and margin minus 16 pixel and 20 pixel. Margin left 0 and type here top 18 pixel. So now you can see that we have designed the inner part. Next, what we will do, we will turn all these properties opacity to 0. So we have made them invisible to user. We will display only inner part of the selected radio button. To do this, what we have to do, copy these lines, paste them here, and before this, here we have to type input bracket type is equal to radio. So this selector is selecting all radio buttons which have type of radio inside radio container class. So next, in this block of code, we just have to type here opacity 1. Before this, we have to type plus and type here colon check. So now you can see that only the radio button which will be selected by user, we have changed the opacity of this inner part to 1. So let me show you the output in a big screen. And one thing, let me tell you, you can also change the color of this inner part to outer part by just changing this background color property from this after. And you can if you want to change the color of this border, just change the color. You can also change the thickness of this border. Like if I will type here 3 pixel, our radio button will look like this. And now to align this radio button in the same line, you have to change their margin, this margin property a little bit, but I will remain this 1 pixel. And next, if you want to make your radio button in square shape, just remove this border radius property from before and after. So let me show you the output in a big screen. I hope you must enjoyed this video. If you have any question, you can ask us in the comment section. We will try to answer your question. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel for our regular videos. And I also request you to visit our YouTube channel if you want to learn more about web designing. I have uploaded a lot of videos about web designing. And finally, thanks for watching.